Welcome back, dear students. So in our today's video we are going to continue our lesson sets from the part first mathematics class 9, and today we are going to see types of sets. So let's start. So here we have first singleton set. So dear student, what is mean by singleton set? So we know that as the name itself suggests, that in this set we are gonna have only one element or one member. So singleton set means a set which consists of single element. A set consists of only a single element. We call it as a set of singleton set. Like for example, if you see in the example, we have set A. And this set we are going to have even prime numbers. So we know that there is only one such member 2. So here set A is set of even prime numbers. So in this way we call it A as a singleton set. Why? Because there is only one element in this set. And we have other also examples. Like A is a set of elements y such that y minus 5 is equal to 0. So this another example also is a singleton set. Why? Because we know that here y is only a such member, and if y's value is 5, then only we are going to get 0 here. So again this is also example of singleton set, and this is also example of singleton set. Next we are having empty set or a null set. So dear student, what does mean by the empty set or a null set? So as the name itself suggests, there is not gonna be a single element in the set which satisfies the given condition. Then you call it as a null set or an empty set. Means there is no single element in the set. There is no single element in the set, then you call it as an empty set. And an empty set you will write down like this. A is an empty set here, suppose. So you will just keep it blank, the curly brackets, or you will use a symbol phi here. We will use symbol phi to denote empty set. Like I can write here A is equal to phi. What does it mean? A is an empty set or A is a null set. Both indicate the same. For example, you may have another example. For example, B is a set of an element x such that x is an even prime number greater than 2. Even prime number greater than 2. So I have kept these unique condition for this variable x here. So B is a set of such variable x where x is an even prime number greater than 2. And therefore we know that there is no such element greater than 2 prime numbers. So B will be empty set. You just simply write down B is equal to phi. Like this also you can represent. So here B is a phi set or B is an empty set which not having a single element which satisfied the unique condition. So dear student, the next is a finite set. So as the name itself suggests, finite means which is gonna be countable. So finite set, to whom to call? First of all, we will count a null set as a finite set. If a set is a null set, you are gonna call them finite set. Or if the number of elements are unique, or you can say are limited or countable. If the number of elements are limited or countable, you will call that set as a finite set. For example, you have a lot of example. Set C. is a set of p's where p is a number from 1 to 10 divisible by 2. So we know that the numbers which are divisible by 2 are, if we write in a listing method, we'll write down they are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So here if we count, there are 5 elements which is countable, therefore this set C is called as a finite set. So finite set is a such set in which elements are countable or are limited. Then the next is infinite set. So dear students, in an infinite set, the numbers are unlimited. You can say the number of elements in a set unlimited, as well as you cannot be count them uncountable. Then the set is called as an infinite set. For example, we have so many set of natural numbers. We have natural number 1, 2, 3 and so on. We have a set of whole numbers. So these all are infinite sets. So if the number of elements in a set is unlimited and uncountable, you call it infinite set. And we know that all the natural number, whole number, all the integers, we also have integers, they are also infinite. Rational numbers, so these all are infinite sets. So in this way we have a types of set here. Singleton set, where there is only one element in the set. Empty set, there is no single element, or you can say that there is no single element which satisfies the given condition. Then you call it empty set or null set, defined by phi. This symbol you can call it as a phi. Again we have a finite set, where it's gonna be a null set, also finite one, or the number of the element are limited and countable. Like here I can count here the 5 elements which are divisible by 2. So the C set is a finite set. Again we have infinite set, where the numbers of elements in a set are unlimited and uncountable. All the natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, rational numbers are infinite set. Now dear students, we will see what are equal sets. So equal sets, here we will talking about the equal sets. So suppose for example 2 sets, say A and B, are said to be equal. When to call them equal? If every element of set A is in set B and every element of set B is gonna be in A. So you can say that they are gonna be equal if they have exactly same element. If 2 sets said to be equal when they contain exactly the same elements, and you can represent them symbolically as A is equal to B. If the set A and set B are equal sets, then you can represent them A is equal to B. For example, you have set A and a set B. So here A is a set which contain a variable x, and x is such that x is a letter of the word listen. And we have a set B, y such that y is a letter of the word silent. So if you notice here, dear students, that these 2 sets are there, they both have the same elements. The letters in the listen word is LISTEN, and in the B also the letters are SILENT. If you notice, they have the same number of elements and they are exactly same elements. So therefore, though the elements of the set A and B are same, but their orders are not same, but the elements are identical, so you call them A is equal to B. And here A set is equal to B set, and A and B are equal sets. Another example, if you see, here order doesn't matter, only the elements should be same. Another example we have, if A is equal to 1, 2, 3 and we have B is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. So dear students, if you see that 4 is not in B, so you cannot say that here A is equal to B. So these are not equal sets. So if A set and B set are not equal, we can write them like this: A is not equal to B, because the number of elements of A are in B, but B's element are not in A. Here you can mention the reason that this 4 is not belongs to A. This 4 not belongs to A. 4 is not in A. And we have a definition that two sets A and B are said to be equal if every element of a set A is in set B and every element of set B is in set A. Then only you can call them equal set. Otherwise call him as a not equal sets. So here, dear students, we have a question: write the following sets using the listing method and classify into finite or infinite set. So our first example, set A is given as A is equal to X, such that X belongs to natural number and X is an odd number. So we know that A is a set of all odd numbers, and we have odd numbers as 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and there are so many we cannot count. They are unlimited, uncountable, and this will be infinite set. Here we have listed all the elements as possible and we have given the so on. So A is said to be an infinite set because these are the natural numbers as well as they are odd numbers. Another example, we are having set B X such that X belongs to natural number and 3x minus 1 is equal to 0. So if you see here, dear students, B set is a set of X such that X belongs to natural number and 3x minus 1 is equal to 0. So we know that 3x minus 1 is equal to 0. If you solve it, 3x is equal to 1 and x will be 1 by 3. As you see here, x value is 1 by 3 and it will not belong to the natural number. You can say, but 1 by 3 does not belong to the natural number. So therefore we conclude that B is empty set and it is finite set. We know that all the empty sets are finite set. So B is here empty set, null set, and it is finite set here because the condition is not matching here. Then the next example we are having C set X such that X belongs to natural number and X is divisible by 7. So we know that X is a natural number here and X is divisible by 7. So we have in a listing method 7, 14, 21, 28 like this so on. There are unlimited and uncountable elements in this set. So we conclude it is an infinite set. Next we have set D where there is a order pair A comma B such that A comma B belongs to whole numbers and the condition is there A plus B will give a 9. So we will list these elements A comma B, both the sum should equal to 9. So we have a whole numbers here. So 0 comma 9 will be the first pair. Then there can be 1 comma 8, 8 plus 1 9, 0 plus 9. Then we have 2 comma 7. Then we have 3 comma 6. Then we have 4 comma 5, 5 comma 4, 6 comma 3, 7 comma 2, 8 comma 1 and 9 comma 0. So these all are the possible number of pairs which are finite and can be counted. So you can say D is finite set. Dear students, here these all pairs will give the addition 9 and they belong to the whole numbers and they are countable. So these pairs are finite and could be counted, therefore it is called as a finite set. We have a next example, set E, where x such that x belongs to integers and x square is equal to 100. So we want x such that it is an integer, means it could be positive, it could be negative, and we know that x is square is equal to 100. So x square will be 100 in two cases, where x will be minus 10 or plus 10. So in E we have only two elements, minus 10 and plus 10. Therefore you can call it E is a finite set. So in this way you can classify the set as a finite or infinite depending upon the number of elements present in them. If the elements present in a set are finite and countable, you call it as a finite set. And if the number of elements are not countable, or you can say unlimited, so call it infinite set.